For the first time in Ontario history, the provincial government is about to invoke the rarely used notwithstanding clause that can override sections of the Charter of Rights and Freedoms. It's like an escape hatch. The government is going to use it to overturn a court ruling this week that found Doug Ford's plan to curb third-party attack ads was unconstitutional. Opponents say it curbs democracy. This will ultimately have an impact on the election and could help determine who wins next June. MPPs only left for summer break last week, but now they're back after a Superior Court ruling that deemed the Ford government's third-party election financing law was unconstitutional. Essentially, what the Premier is trying to do is water down the impact of third-party ads. Before, unions, for example, could spend $600,000 in the 6 months prior to an election. Ford wants to extend that $600,000 over 12 months instead. You've seen the ads.
Ontario PCs and Tim Hudak have plans to radically cut our healthcare. Thousands of healthcare jobs cut.
In the 2014 election, Conservative leader Tim Hudak was bombarded with attack ads from Working Families, an umbrella group for unions.
A gas plant scandal, cash for access, e-health. Don't forget the Kathleen Wynne mega hit, skyrocketing hydro bills.
And in the last election, Ontario Proud, a Conservative social media site, flooded Facebook with attack ads against former Premier Kathleen Wynne. Both big money campaigns were effective at seeping into voter consciousness. No doubt the Ford government wants to mitigate the damage teachers' unions can inflict during the upcoming election. After all, they have a testy relationship. But PCs maintain it's really about leveling the playing field.
Prior to 2018 in the province of Ontario, it really was the Wild West when it came to third-party spending. It was very much like, in a smaller scale, granted, what we see in the United States, where super PACs could spend millions of dollars without any accountability measures to influence elections. All of us agree that that's not how it should, how to guarantee a fair election.
The opposition, though, claims this is an undemocratic way to muzzle critics.
A brazen attempt to hold on to power, to grab power. And it is really just looks like a desperate man. He likes to hit hard and crush his opponents. He was told he had gone overboard by the judge, and now he's gone even further, because this is going to silence folks completely until after the election.
I'm calling on the people of Ontario to stand up for our democracy, stand up for our charter rights, and speak out against this blatant abuse of power.
There's really nothing the opposition can do to stop the Ford government from using the notwithstanding clause and making the changes he wants. He has a majority. They can slow down debate, though, which is expected to go all weekend before it passes on Monday. Whether that's the end of the battle, though, is yet to be determined. There's already talk of challenging this in court as unconstitutional use of the notwithstanding clause.